Long last. I'm on. I'm live, I think. Good evening, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Great to see everybody. My computer just threw a bit of a wobbler just as I was about to start there. Don't quite know what happened. It wouldn't load up Google Chrome for some reason, which of course is exactly what I needed. So I've just had to quickly restart my computer, which has put me 2-3 minutes behind. But never mind. It's nice to see everybody and hope all is well. It's been a funny day today, weather's wise anyway. Been better than it was yesterday, but not a brilliant weekend by any stretch of the imagination. Quite a lot colder as well. But hey, what the hell? Right then, let's just run down what happened last Sunday. Last Sunday was a very close competition. Well, it was for the two that ended up in the lead. We ended up with the Rugby Rotary Club and Don Quixote, both on a very, very respectable 59 points out of a possible 60 points. They dropped 1 point all night long. So fair play to those two teams. They were in joint first place. Third equal last week, we had PRS and Split the Difference, both on a fantastic 56 points. And then we had a tie for fifth place with Julie Ashcroft on a fantastic 55.5 points. The Ridgeways also on a 55.5 points. And Great Whites, our Canadian friends, are also on 55.5 points. So that was last week's tally. So let's see how we all fare tonight. Right, we've got Mick's just signed in. Well, let's start from the top. We've got Ian. Ian's just joined us. Ian Miller. Good evening, Ian. Hope all is well with you and the Hedgehogs. Martin, good evening to you and Tina. Hope all is well with you too. Julie Ashcroft, good evening, Julie. I've already mentioned you. Very respectable 55.5 points last week. Let's see whether we can top that. Mick Roberts has just joined us, Mick and Bev, and tonight they've been joined with Bev's son Andrew and his wife Sarah. So great to see you've all joining tonight. Should be a strong team there. Lisa's just joined us. Team UK USA afternoon from sunny California. Well, it's not very sunny here and it's quite a bit cooler, but never mind. Then we've got Steve and Jill have joined us. Good evening, Steve and Jill Pugh, all the way from sunny Cambridge. Let's see how they fare tonight. We've got Michelle's just joined us from Crick. Hello from Crick. So let's see how the Crick teams fare. I think they were the Crick teams on, when was it? On Wednesday. I think they drew with each other, didn't they? We've got 2 or 3 teams regularly play from Crick, and it's very tight competition, as it always is there, but never mind. Right, we've got Rugby Rotary Club have just joined us. I've already mentioned the Rugby Rotary Club because they were last week's joint winners with Don Quixote. So they've joined us again for tonight's quiz. As has, Lisa's just telling me this is from sunny California. It's about 85 degrees here, but very smoky. So air quality is awful. Oh dear. Have you got, of course they've got fires, haven't they? Is it bushfires? Whatever. Well, I don't know, forest fires out there at the moment. Yes. You seem to be getting fires every year there, but never mind. Right, Anthony Ridgeway. The Ridgeways are in, and I've already mentioned the Ridgeways because they were fifth equal last week with Julie and Great White, all on 55.5 points. So well played, the Ridgeways from last week. Let's see how you fare this week. Sarah, Team Worcester are here. So Sarah and Russ have joined us. So it's a big thumbs up from Rugby to Worcester. Hope all is well with you. We're one down tonight, getting the excuses in early. That's fair play. That's fair play. You could just say you're on your own or something, but never mind. Vanessa's just joined us. Good evening, Vanessa. Hope all is well with you. From sunny Burton-on-Trent, or rather cloudy. Actually, I'm just looking out the window and we've actually got some nice pink sky, so possibly the weather's going to be a bit better for tomorrow. They do say red sky at night apparently is the shepherd's delight, so we'll see. It looks very nice out the window at the moment. And we've just had Andrew's just joined us. Andrew and Jane from Yelvertoft. So let's see how they can fare tonight. Good evening to you too. Hope all is well. Kevin Keenan, do you really mean an 8:30 start? No, did I put 8:30 start down? Oh dear, I didn't mean an 8:30 start by any stretch of the imagination. Was that what was on the... it's probably me just mucking about and pressing the wrong button. That wouldn't put it past me, Kevin. I've already been in trouble with the wife on numerous occasions today, not least because I was a bit too drunk last night, and I think she's not forgiven me for that yet. But, we cleared the fridge out, the freezer, got some ice cubes, and I said, don't waste them. I said, so I put them in a bag and put them in the fridge. Forgot all about it, didn't I? And, of course, I melted. and the fridge was full of water, so I've just had to clear that up as well before we started, but never mind. Right, here we go. We've got Great White, Toronto here, sans Chepstow. And that means and Chepstow contingent. So we've got Great White. Again, I mentioned Great White a bit earlier. 5th equal last week, along with the Ridgeways and Julie Ashcroft. So let's see whether we can do any better than 5th from last week. That was a great score last week, by the way. We've got Ian, what's he said? The Red Line East Adam for a Boris meal tomorrow. That sounds good. Haven't been to the Red Line. We cycled past it a little while ago, but I haven't been to the Red Line in East Adam for a long, long time. I think the only reason we used to go there because it was the only pub within about, well, it was the only pub really in the area that used to sell Charlie Wells at the time. I think it was Wells Bombardier. Anyway, that's by the by. That's a long, long time ago. Because you can get it everywhere and anywhere now. Chris Meads has just joined us. Good evening, Chris. And I trust that probably means Ken's joined us as well. Graham, Jane and Graham reporting for duty. So let's see how Graham Gifford can do against the pews. I see Steve and Jill are in. So whether you're in the same house or whether you're sharing or pooling things tonight or whether it's two separate teams, I don't know. Now, that's a good one. Dragon 148 Lifecraft. I can't understand anything that, but never mind. Somebody might like to translate that one for me, but never mind. Graham Gifford says, hi, Jim. And Nick says, hello, Jim. Great White, it ain't going to happen. We're without our Chepstow scientist. Oh, what a shame. Let's hope there's not too many science questions in tonight then for you, Great White. We'll see. Mike Yates has just joined us. Evening, Mike. Hope all is well with you. We've now got 50 teams logged on, so we're doing pretty well tonight. I think last Sunday we had 60, so let's see whether we can... only 2 of us here. Oh, right. Oh, that's fine. All good with Mike. Excellent. Well, what are we all doing this bank holiday weekend? I don't really know what we're doing ourselves yet, but never mind. I thought we might go out for a cycle on the bike tomorrow if the weather's any good, but we don't know yet. But right, Footy Fox 86 has just joined us. Good evening. Hope all is well with you. John Potter's just saying hello with a thumbs up, so hi to you as well. I was experimenting during the week to try and figure out how on earth I could get the live chat up on the screen of my television, because I've got one of these smart TVs that you can watch directly through, and I still couldn't figure it out. I played with it forever trying to find somewhere on the internet to tell me how to get the live chat up, but it appears on big widescreen tellies. Unless anybody knows otherwise, how the hell you get the live chat up, I don't know. It seems to be something I can't get my head around, but never mind. So we've got David Anderson's just joined us. Anne and Dave from Essex are joining tonight from our holiday in Derbyshire. Marvellous. Where are you in tonight? Our holiday in Derbyshire. Where are you in Derbyshire? We were up there last weekend and we enjoyed a weekend, 2 days in Ashover, which is near Matlock, and that was we had a great time there. Nick Bowers rewiring the boat. Oh, excellent. Well, you've got to do rewiring something sooner or later, I suppose. Pinky and Perky have just checked in, so good evening, Diane. Hope all is well with you. Jill Pugh will be cuddling our new grandson. Oh, is that tomorrow? Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm going off to visit them tomorrow. How is the new edition? I'm sure it's fantastic. We had to look after 3 of ours this week on one day. Well, the grandkids. They ran me ragged, I think, on Thursday and Friday. So quite relieved to give them back in the end, actually, but never mind. We had a great time with them. Dave Anderson saying, on a farm in the middle of nowhere near Chesterfield. That isn't far from where we were. Ashover was only down the road, a few miles from Chesterfield, and it's a lovely area, I know, but on a farm in the middle. What are you doing? Airbnb or bed and breakfast, is it? Or is it somewhere you own? Interested to know, but at least you've got an internet connection, which is good, so it can't be that bad if you're watching us online tonight. It's a bit awkward without an internet connection. Go to Matlock Bath. Yes, that was somewhere we went to last week. We went to charge the car up in Matlock Bath, but the blooming charge point was the wrong thing, so we had to move on somewhere else, but never mind. Oh no, one wasn't working, that was wrong. Blooming thing, but never mind. Right, there's 57 teams now logged on. So we're approaching our 60 teams as usual. So let me run through tonight's rounds for you if I can. I do need actually to flash up. If you just give me a second, I need to flash up my Word program so I can bring up tonight's quiz. As I said, I was a bit late going online tonight because my computer, for some reason, just would not load Google Chrome when I pressed the button. It's very unusual for my computer. Right, let's just get this loaded up, and then my daughter at present is just going through the quiz, see how many mistakes I've made. Have you spotted any yet, Liz? No. I think we're doing all right so far. So round number 1 will be entitled Sunday the 30th. Sunday the 30th. Just take the first letters and or numbers of the first, and they're the first letters and numbers are your first 10 answers. So it's pretty straightforward. Sunday the 30th. Round number 2 tonight is entitled 99, where the number 99 is either in the answer to the question or something to do with 99. Round number 3 tonight, I actually haven't, that's an initial letter link. I actually haven't entitled that round at all, so I'm going to put that initial letter link. Basically, you take the initial letters of your first 9 answers, and question number 10 will ask you to rearrange them to spell out something that I will ask you. So that's an initial letter link, round 3. Round number 4 is a rhyming round. You know how you like rhyming round, where 5 answers rhyme with the other 5. And if you can't think of a rhyme, then probably you've got the wrong answer, but we'll see. Yes, I've got the wrong answer, which could be embarrassing. Round number 5 is a trivia trail, where the last letter of your first answer is the first letter of your next answer, and so on and so forth, till you get to number 10, where the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. And then round number 6, as always, is just a general trivia round, And there we have it. So those will be the rounds tonight. We'll get going in approximately, oh, blimey, it's time already. So we will get going now. So we've just had the last few teams join us tonight. Quizzy Rascals, of course, multiple winners of this quiz before. So I'm sure you'll all be chuffed to know that the Quizzy Rascals you're up against. We've got the famous 5 as well. Also a first-class team. They've all joined us tonight, as has Neil and Tracy, who've just joined us. And Marilyn, Maz and Nigel, who just joined us. Good evening, Marilyn. Hope all is well with you, Nigel. And are we all ready to get going with the quiz? So get yourselves your drinks to hand. Your snacks are at the ready. And we've now got the first of 6 rounds of general knowledge quiz, next Sunday night quiz. So here we go. First answer has got to start with the letter S, which makes it quite easy. Question number 1, listen carefully. Which alloy was invented by Harry Brearley in Sheffield in 1912 and sold under the name Stay Bright? So question number 1, which alloy was invented by Harry Brearley in Sheffield in 1912 and sold under the name Stay Bright? That's not a completely accurate question, but never mind. I think you'll know what I'm after. So do remember, just use your initial letter. Question number 2, starting with the letter U. Part of the brachial plexus nerve system. What is the name of the nerve which can suffer cubic tunnel syndrome near the elbow? So part of the brachial plexus nerve system. What is the name of the nerve which can suffer cubital tunnel syndrome near the elbow? Just here, because I get it quite often. Drives me spare. Question number 3, starting with the letter N. With a multi-platinum soundtrack album scored by Michael Nyman, in which country is Jane Campion's film The Piano set? So question 3 again. With a multi-platinum soundtrack album scored by Michael Nyman, in which country is Jane Campion's film The Piano set? I just need the name of the countries, starting with the letter N, remember, which makes it pretty straightforward. Question number 4. usually lasting 5 days and celebrated during the Hindu lunisolar month Kartik. What is the alternative name used for the Hindu Festival of Lights? So usually lasting 5 days and celebrated during the Hindu lunisolar month Kartik. What is the alternative name used for the Hindu Festival of Lights? I presume that's Kartika actually, but never mind. Remember, that's going to start with the letter D. In question number 5, this starts with the letter A to make it very easy for you. All providing different tests for the riders and runners. At which racecourse would you find Beecher's Brook, the Canal Turn, and Valentine's? So, all providing tests for the runners and riders. At which racecourse would you find Beecher's Brook, the Canal Turn, and Valentine's? Question number 6 starts with a why. This is for all you ornithologists. Not an easy one, this. What is the alternative name for the green woodpecker, which in turn is derived from the noise of the bird's call? So starting with the letter Y, what is an alternative name for the green woodpecker, which in turn is derived from the noise of the bird's call? So unless you're an ornithologist or a very keen crossword solver, that's not an easy question. Right, remember question number 7's got to start with the number 3. Got to start with number 3 as it's the 30th of the month. In the game of snooker, how many successive pots must a player make to score a 1-4-7 break? So in the game of snooker, how many successive pots must a player make to score a 1-4-7 break? And just to help you, it starts with the number 3. Question number 8 is just a fraction. How is the fraction 7/8 or 7/8 represented in the decimal numbering system? So how is the fraction 7/8 or 7/8 represented in the decimal numbering system? Not too tricky for all you engineers. Right, back to letters again. This has got to start with the letter T, which makes this dead easy. Complete the song title, Don't Leave Me Hanging on the What? A song written by Jack Lee and recorded and released as a single by the American band, rock band Blondie. So complete the song title, Don't Leave Me Hanging on the What? A song which was written by Jack Lee and recorded and released as a single by the American rock band Blondie. It's a one-word answer I'm after, beginning with the letter T, of course. And to complete this round, starting with the letter H. Named after a famous German physicist and adopted by the International Electrotechnical Commission in 1930, what is the SI unit of frequency? So named after a famous German physicist and adopted by the International Electrotechnical Commission in 1930, what is the SI unit of frequency? Not this. No, this isn't a trivia trophy. So that's the end of your first round. 10 general knowledge questions there. You've got the initial letters and or numbers to help you. And as I say, most people should get most of those. I think the Y might be a bit tricky, but we'll see. We'll see. Might have a lot more clever people than I think. Ian's put your last word. Does that mean anything, Ian? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. What's that? Oh, right. Oh, I get it. Hanging on what one last word, yes, quite. Okay then, everybody. I think we'll probably have time with that round, so I will quickly whip through the answers for you. Just mark your own. And then if you'd like to just put your scores in the right-hand chat column for me, and we'll see where we all stand. So, number one, the alloy that was invented by Harry Brearley, although it's a little bit suspect because I did quite a lot of reading on that. Apparently, it was stainless steel. Number two, it's the ulnar nerve, which runs down the arm and across the elbow. Giving you that horrible sensation of tennis elbow sometimes. Number three, of course, the country was New Zealand. Number four, the Festival of Lights is also known as Diwali. Number four, I was after the race course called Aintree. Number six, that green woodpecker is also known as a yaffle. Yaffle, that's Y-A-F-F-L-E, yaffle. Well done if you got that. Number seven, of course, is the player needs to have 36 to successive pots to score a 147 break. 15 plus 15 plus 6, 7, whatever. It's 36 anyway. Number 8, how is the fraction 7/8 represented in the decimal numbering system? That's 0.875. Number 9, of course, you don't leave me hanging on the telephone. That was what I was after, the telephone. And finally, number 10, it was the Hertz, named after the famous scientist, Hertz, the SI unit of frequency. So well done if you got that. Right, let's have some scores in. Well, we've got the Rotary Club straight in. Last week's joint winners with a fantastic 10. Great White, well done with an 8. Squeaky Bob with 10. Ian Miller with an 8. Julie Ashcroft, very good with a 10. Dave Anderson with a 10. Mike Yates with 7. Martin Davis, amazingly 10 for once he's put. Andrew Lewis with an 8. Sarah's on an 8. Anthony Ridgway on the Ridgway's on a 10. Home Alone 6 are on an 8. We've got Pinky and Perky on 8. We've got Footy Fox 86 on an 8. The famous 5 also on 10. Graham Gifford on a 10. Hilary Farnland's on an 8. What's that? Marilyn Wither on an 8. Well done, Marilyn. We got Michelle Gibbons on a 10. Mick Roberts is on 9. Split the Difference are on 9. Jill Pugh, fantastic 10 with that ornithological knowledge, I'm sure there, Steve. Nick Bowers on a 9. Bankpuss knowledge useful there. Bankpuss. 7 for the Quizzy Rascals. Well, that isn't a great score, but well played them. Vanessa Hughes is on an 8. Well played, Vanessa. Harry Cage, late login, but we got a 10. Farry, fantastic. So that's Ian, Harry, and Julie, no doubt. So well played, you lot. Bit of a late login, but fair enough if you got a 10 out of 10. Now, round number 2 tonight is entitled 99. I will just let you get yourselves a beer or a bag of peanuts or whatever else if I'm going a bit too quick for you. Mr. Woodpecker, yeah. Oh, Lisa's in, Team UK, USA. I did say that was probably the hardest one in the round. The Yaffle, I have to say. No chili or PRS. Not quite sure about chili, Leslie. I think Matthew's logged in somewhere. Yeah. Matthew logged in earlier, didn't he? Yeah, I was wondering that too, Sif. To be fair, he hasn't asked me about power generation tonight, so maybe he hasn't logged in. I'm sure he did log in earlier, but never mind. Can't see. Just have a little look. Maybe not. Not really sure. Of course, it is bank holiday weekend, so there may be 1 or 2 people away. Right, round number 2 is entitled 99. 99, so something to do with the number 99. Just one for you straight away, Leslie. Just up your street, this one. Question number 1. Here we go. Discovered in 1953 in debris from the first hydrogen bomb explosion and named after a very famous scientist, which chemical element has atomic number 99? There's a few clues in that, and I'm sure you can get that one. So, discovered in 1953 in debris from the first hydrogen bomb explosion and named after a famous scientist, which chemical element has atomic number 99? Question number 2. In 1969, James Earl Ray was sentenced to 99 years in prison after being convicted of killing who? So in 1969, James Earl Ray was sentenced to 99 years in prison after being convicted of killing who? Oh, I've just jumped to a question. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll switch them around, Liz. Okay. Is it easy for you to switch them around? I've just switched them around. Sorry, my quiz master over there, scorer, my compere, was just telling me that I'm read out question number 3 and question number 2, so we've just had to swap them around. But never mind, you don't need to know that. Question number 3. How is the number 99 written in Roman numerals? That's one for you to work out. It's one that always confused me, Roman numerals, but never mind. I think I've got them sussed now, but I'm not quite sure. So how is the number 99 written in Roman numerals? Question number 4 is for you sports fans. Which Australian cricketer's test batting average of 99.94 is often referred to as the greatest achievement in cricket and sometimes as the greatest achievement in any sport? I find that hard to believe, but never mind. So which Australian cricketer's test batting average of 99.94 is often referred to as the greatest achievement in cricket and sometimes as the greatest achievement in any sport? How the hell you judge different sports the same, I don't know. Very difficult. Question number 5. Nice, straightforward on this. The original version of the 1984 hit single 99 Red Balloons by Nina was recorded in what language? So question 5 again, the original version of the 1984 hit single 99 Red Balloons by Nina was recorded in what language? Question number 6 is one for you to work out. To the nearest whole degree, what is 99 degrees Fahrenheit expressed in degrees Celsius? So to the nearest whole degree, what is 99 degrees Fahrenheit expressed in degrees Celsius? Not too far off body temperature, as I recall. Although I think you might be running a bit of a fever if it's 99 degrees. Question number 7. Good old one this. You'll like this one. What is the name of the villain in the 1961 Disney film 101 Dalmatians, who kidnaps 99 Dalmatian puppies for their fur? So question number 7. What is the name of the villain in the 1961 Disney film 101 Dalmatians, who kidnaps 99 Dalmatian puppies for their fur? They're the best, the good old Disney ones. I had my grandchildren actually watching the original Snow White the other night. 1935, was it? I think it was 35. Something like that. And I loved it. I thought it was great. Number 8. This is a tough one. Another sports question. In ice hockey, 99 is the only jersey number to have been retired in the National Hockey League. This is in honour of which player who wore this number on his jersey and is the leading scorer in the history of the league. I think you'll have all heard of him, but whether you can remember it or not is a different matter. So in ice hockey, 99 is the only jersey number to have been retired in the National Hockey League. This is in honour of which player who wore this number on his jersey and is the leading scorer in the history of the league. So Ken coming straight with that, is he? He's got his new phone. Oh dear. Question number 9. We've had this before, but I'm sure we'll all get it. It was asked in a slightly different way, but never mind. According to a well-known quote by Thomas Edison, what is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration? So according to a well-known quote by Thomas Edison, what is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration? Yeah, Leslie, I didn't think you'd have a clue about that, Sifar. You'll have heard of him, though. Surprisingly, I'm sure you will have heard of him. And finally, one you will have heard of, question number 10. In 1930, which company started producing a smaller version of their standard flake bar, especially for use with ice cream cones that were marketed under the name 99 Flake? So question 10 again. In 1930, which company started producing a smaller version of their standard flake bar, especially for use with ice cream cones that were marketed under the name 99 Flake? And there we have it. That's the end of round 2. So how have we fared with that little lot? A couple of tough ones in there, especially probably the sports ones more than anything. I'll just give you a sec to get those sorted out. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm right. I've got to drink slowly after last night. Been reminded all day. Right then, let's do some marking after those after that round and see how we're all faring. We started off after the first hydrogen bomb, of course. Which chemical element was the atomic number 99? It was named after Einstein, and it's Einsteinium. I was after Einsteinium. Well done if you got that. Number 2, James Earl Ray was sentenced to 99 years in prison after being convicted of killing Martin Luther King. Number 3, how is the number 99 written in Roman numerals? That's XCIX. XCIX. It's easy to get that the wrong way around sometimes. The Australian cricketer I was after, was Don Bradman. I'm sure most of you would have got that. The original version of 99 Red Balloons was recorded in German. Number 6, to the nearest whole degree, what is 99 degrees Fahrenheit expressed in degrees Celsius? That is 37 degrees Celsius. It's actually 37.2, but 37 is the nearest whole number. Number 7, the name of the villain in the 61 Disney film, 101 Dalmatians, was Cruella de Vil, of course, Cruella de Vil. Number 8 is a guy called Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky. I'm sure most of you will have heard of him, but whether you associate him with ice hockey, I don't know. Number 9, of course, what is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration? That is genius, of course, genius. And finally, number 10, I was after Cadbury's. It was Cadbury's that made the flake for the ice cream cones, and they've since been known as 99s. So well done if you got that little lot. Right, let's have some scores in, see how we're all faring. Right, straight away, we have the Rugby Rotary Club still doing very well on a fantastic 19. General Rourke and the famous 5, however, on a fantastic 20 points. Well played them. Leslie Barrett bombed again on 16. Squeaky Bob on 17. Got Julie Ashcroft doing very well on 20. Anthony Ridgway and the Ridgways are on 18. We've got Andrew Lewis on 15. Grant Giffords on 17. Vanessa Hughes is on 14. Dave Anderson on 16, all the way from sunny Derbyshire. Martin Davis, normality has resumed on 17. Hilary Farland on 14. Paula Lewis of the Quizzy Rascals, that better, on 17 points. Michelle Gibbons on 19. Great Whites on 15. Ian Miller's on 15. Sarah and the gang from Worcester on 16. Nick's on 18. Split the difference on 19. Pinky and Perky on 14. We've got Mick Roberts on 16. Chilly Willie and Joe, plus 9 equals 19. Hello, Sif. You see, so they are. They're just hiding in the background. We're waiting for you to see when they were going to join in with the chat. The Home Alone 6 are also on 19 points. Well played them. And Gillian Pugh and Steve on a fantastic 17. Footy Vox on 12. Maz and Nigel on a fantastic 14 points. We got Harry, Brian, Julie's in bed. Oh, and Ian. So we've got Harry, Brian, and Ian on a fantastic 19 points. Well played them. And Team UK, USA 17. Hotly followed by Mike Yates. On 14 points. Well played, Mike. Right then, round number 3 tonight is an initial letter link. There are 9 general knowledge questions, and question 10 asks for a kid. Well, we'll explain when we get there, but basically you take the initial letter of each of your answers and then you rearrange them to spell out something. That's where we'll get to. So question number 1 is a simple anagram. Simple anagram. It's recited onion. Recited onion is an anagram of which pop group who were formed in London in 2010. So Recited Onion is an anagram of which pop group who were formed in London in 2010. And it's a 2-word answer I'm after. Pretty straightforward, I think. To be fair, I haven't checked that anagram works, but I hope it does. It's got the right number of letters anyway. Question number 2. Sif will like this one. Come on, Leslie. You'll love this one. Question number 2. What name is given to the trough-like structure that is used for stunts in sports such as skateboarding and freestyle BMX? So what name is given to the trough-like structure that is used for stunts in sports such as skateboarding and freestyle BMX? So question number 2. Question number 3. In 2005, The autobiography of which X Factor judge took over from that of David Beckham to become Britain's best-selling hardbacked autobiography of all time. So in 2005, the autobiography of which X Factor judge took over from that of David Beckham to become Britain's best-selling hardbacked autobiography of all time. What's that? Like that? X Factor judges. Gotta know your X Factor judges, surely. Very famous person. Obviously. Otherwise they wouldn't have a great. Right, question number 4. What word from the NATO phonetic alphabet is also the capital city of Peru? So what word from the NATO phonetic alphabet is also the capital city of Peru? Question number 5 you may have heard before. What one word is used to describe a major fortified central complex found in historic Russian cities? It's just a one-word answer. Possibly think of Moscow, that might help you. So what one word is used to describe a major fortified central complex found in historic Russian cities? Just to help you think of Moscow, possibly. Don't worry if you haven't got more yet, because question number 10 will help, of course. Question number 6. If a carnivore eats mainly meat and a herbivore eats mainly plants, what word applies to an animal that eats both? So if a carnivore eats mainly meat and a herbivore eats mainly plants, what word applies to an animal that eats both? Greedy, yeah. I bet hedgehogs do, actually. Or are they just carnivores? I don't know. Question number 7. Something I can never really get my head around, but never mind. What name is given to the branch of mathematics that deals with limits and the differentiation and integration of functions of one or more variables? So what name is given to the branch of mathematics that deals with limits and the differentiation and integration of functions of one or more variables? Just a one-word answer I'm after. Something I can never really get my head around, but never mind. Apparently invented by Isaac Newton. Which shows he must have been bloody clever if he came up with his own mathematics theories. Question number 8. This is one my wife should get because we only watched the film the other day. In the Disney film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, how many of the 7 dwarfs have a name that doesn't end in Y? So in the Disney film Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, how many of the 7 dwarfs have a name that doesn't end in Y? Lydia's put it in the chat column there, so I'm sure you can see that. Well, for those that are actually watching on a some kind of monitor that's got the chat on it. Question number 9, I'm sure you'll all get this one. Who played Pontius Pilate, the governor of the Roman province of Judea, in Monty Python's Life of Brian? So who played Pontius Pilate, the governor of the Roman province of Judea, in Monty Python's Life of Brian? Great film that was. Oh, yeah, I need his first name as well, sorry. Both names of that character, because we're taking the initial letter of his first name, of course. And finally, question number 10, which will help you a lot. The first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which European capital city? Obviously, it's got to have 9 letters in its name. So the first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which European capital city? Clearly, if you've got one wrong, it'll throw you off a bit. But try and rearrange them to find a capital city with 9 letters. Oh, the hogs have just turned up. Excellent. Well, Ian, you can. We've finished the round now, so you can quickly go out and get some food for them. They'll be banging on your door. They'll be. Where's our food? They'll be saying. Where's our dinner? Well, it does appear that your hogs are creatures of habit. After all, I suppose if you feed them, then they'll come, won't they? That's fair enough. I will give you a little bit of time. How are you faring, Angela? Not too bad, but not quite there. So how many of you need a little bit longer? Just give me a quick one in the chat column if you need another minute. I'll perhaps put the clock on, actually. The minute should see it right for that round. Yeah, I think most people need perhaps a little bit more time. Once you've got the city, it becomes a bit easier, obviously, but Ash, you want to share a bit of this beer? The 1845. It's only because there's only. That's all right. Just wondering whether you want to share a bit of that. It's a single only bottle, that's all. Right then, 30 seconds, and then we'll get some marking done for this round. So has anybody else got hedgehogs turning up tonight? Seems to have had hedgehogs all the way through the last few quizzes, that's for sure. I'm amazed how many of you managed to get yaffle as well. I'll have to have some more tricky bird questions. Okay then, everybody. I think that's probably long enough. So these are the answers. Put your pens down and listen to the answers, and let's see how far you managed to get. We started off recited onion. It's an anagram of that pop group One Direction. One Direction. Well done if you got that. Number 2, the name given to the trough-like structure. It's called a half pipe. A half pipe. Well done if you remembered that. Number 2, the autobiography of the X Factor judge I was after was Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne. Number 4, of course, was Lima, the capital of Peru. Number 5, that one word used to describe major fortified central complexes found in Russian cities is called a Kremlin. A Kremlin. Number 6 is an omnivore, of course. Number 7, that type of mathematics or branch of mathematics was calculus. Number 8, there were 2 Disney characters or dwarves without a Y at the end of their name. Obviously, Bashful and Doc were the 2. Number 9, who played Pontius Pilate, the governor of the Roman province of Judea? That was Michael Palin. And if you rearranged, they spelt the name out of which European capital city? Well, the K kind of helped you somewhat if you got that. It was Stockholm. Stockholm. So well done if you got Stockholm. Right, we've got Rugby Rotary Club straight in, 29 points. That's a great score. We've got Great White with 24. Dave Anderson's on 26 points. Well played, Dave. Andrew Lewis with 24. We've got Footy Fox on 21. The Ridgeways are doing very well on 27 points. Mike Yates is now on 20. Martin Davis on 26. We've got the famous 5. Haven't dropped a point. 30 points. Well played, the famous 5. Nick Bowers on 25. Ian Miller's on 21. Mick Roberts is on 26. We've got Home Alone. Fantastic. 29 points. Sarah's on 24. We've got Chili, Willie, and Joe on a fantastic 29 points. Well played then. Michelle's on 28. That's a great score. Julie's on 25. Graham Gifford's on 26. Vanessa's on 21. We've got Squeaky Bob on 26. Jill Pugh's on 25. Are they 1 point behind the Giffords? They are. They're just 1 point behind the Giffords. I won't say that, but never mind. Diane's on Pinky Perky on 22. We've got Team UK USA, not bad, on a very respectable 27 points. Quizzy Rascals also on 27 points. Well played them. Hilary Farnham's on 20. We've got Harry, Julian Bed, Brian, Ian on a fantastic 25, although they've put SH question mark. Yes, so not very good that round for you. Never mind, Ian. And Chris, and split the difference on 27 points. So well played them. So it's all very close at the top. At the moment, we have one team who haven't dropped a point, the famous 5. Well played them. They were second a couple of weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago? I think they were second, and they were pipped in the last round. So let's see whether they can keep their winning ways tonight. Right, round number 4 is a rhyming round where 5 of the answers rhyme with the other 5 answers. You get the idea? So 5 of the answers rhyme with the other 5 answers. It's normally the last syllable that rhymes, but I think it is anyway. Let's see. Are they all one-word answers? Yeah, oh, no, they're not. Never mind. They're nearly all one-word answers, except one of them. Right, here we go then. Question. Oh, wait a minute. Just get a bit more beer, so get your beer and nuts ready. I'm just going to share a special beer with the wife. I was thinking of hogging it to myself, but I thought, no, I won't. This is a very nice bottle of Fuller's 1845. A very nice 6% of this one. I don't quite know where we picked that up from, but Sainsbury's, I think. Oh well, it's a great beer. Right, here we go then. The rhyming round. Question number 1: what type of red powder is used as a cosmetic for adding redness to the cheeks and has a name that means red in French? So nice, easy one to start you off with. What type of red powder is used as a cosmetic for adding redness to the cheeks and has a name that means a red in French? Question number 2. This again is a one-word answer. Spoken by 99.3% of the population, What is the official language of Chile? So spoken by 99.3% of the population, what is the official language of Chile? Question number 3, dead easy one this. In the UK, what are traditionally eaten the day before the first day of Lent? So question number 3 again. In the United Kingdom, what are traditionally eaten the day before the first day of Lent? Me and my younger brother used to sing a song about those. It was a pretty stupid song, but it was a song all the same. Question number 4 for all you hi-fi buffs, and I'm sure there's a few of them amongst us. If a woofer is a loudspeaker used for the reproduction of low audio frequencies, what name is given to a speaker for the reproduction of high audio frequencies? I'm sure you'll all have one in your speakers somewhere. So if a woofer is a loudspeaker used for the reproduction of low audio frequencies, what name is given to a loudspeaker used for the reproduction of high audio frequencies? How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 woofers. No, I've got a few more actually. Yes. Question number 5, dead easy this one. This is a 2-word answer. Which product by Kellogg's was advertised on the TV with a song that featured the line, "They're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty." Does that sound about right? So which product by Kellogg's was advertised on television with a song that featured the line, "They're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty." Something like that, anyway. It's a 2-word answer I'm after there. Question number 6. What colour of the rainbow featured in the titles of 3 UK #1 hit singles from the 1980s? So question number 6 again. What colour of the rainbow featured in the titles of 3 UK #1 hit singles from the 1980s? Question number 7. City, I love this is, what is the capital and the largest city of the province of West Flanders in the Flemish region of Belgium? So what is the capital and largest city of the province of West Flanders in the Flemish region of Belgium? It's a beautiful city, well worth a visit if you've never been there. Question number 8. In the Bible, Jesus correctly predicted during his Last Supper that which of his disciples would deny knowledge of him 3 times before the rooster crowed the next morning. So in the Bible, Jesus correctly predicted during his Last Supper that which of his disciples would deny knowledge of him 3 times before the rooster crowed the next morning. Question number 9. Do remember, 2 of these have got to, well, your answer's got to rhyme with at least one other answer somewhere. So, one of the most abundant and widely distributed sulfide minerals, galena, is the main ore of which metallic element? So one of the most abundant and widely distributed sulfide minerals, galena, is the main ore of which metallic element? And question number 10, last one. Remember, this has got to rhyme with one of your previous answers at least. What is the one-word name of stain-removing products manufactured and owned by the Anglo-Dutch company Reckitt Benckiser? I think it's Benckiser. Benckiser, that's right. Reckitt Benckiser. So what is the one-word name of stain-removing products manufactured and owned by the Anglo-Dutch company Reckitt Benckiser? Or it could be Benckiser, I suppose. Quite sure how to pronounce that, but never mind. Perhaps I should have looked that up before I asked the question. Never mind. Right, you should have 5 answers that rhyme with the other 5, if you're lucky. If you haven't, you might be struggling. You about there, Ange? Right, it's quite dark outside now. Sports notification. What's going on in the world of sport? Leaping up on my phone. Donny van der Beek. Good blimey. Man United have just signed somebody. Donny van der Beek. Van der Beek. Never heard of him. What's that? Good. Okay then. Does anybody need any more time, or are we happy? Great. Well, I've just asked for a bit more time, so I will give them a bit more time. Though I'm not sure what Liz means. I presume that means please, spelled without the P, but never mind. Reckitt Benckiser. That sounds Benckiser. It's got to be Kaiser, isn't it? Okay then, everybody. Let's do some marking with a rhyming round, and let's see how we've all fared. We've probably had enough time now. The type of red powder I wanted, which also means red in French, is rouge. Number 2, spoken by 99.3% of the population. The official language of Chile is Spanish. Number 3, of course, pancakes are eaten on Shrove Tuesday, the day before the first day of Lent. Number 4, if a woofer is for low frequencies, it's a tweeter, which is for high frequencies. A tweeter. Number 5, with a TV line, they're tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty. They were bran flakes. Number 6, of course, the colour I was after was red, as in a previous answer, 99 Red Balloons, The Lady in Red, and Red, Red Wine, all from #1 hit singles in the 1980s. Well done if you managed to get 2 or 3 of those. The capital of the largest city in the province of West Flanders is Bruges, of course, a beautiful city. Number 8, in the Bible, it was Peter that denied the existence, knowing Jesus 3 times. One of the most abundant and widely distributed sulfide metals, galena, is the ore of lead. And finally, number 10, of course, that stain removing products, they are sold in the UK under the brand name Vanish. Vanish, so well done with that. Vanish, of course, rhyming with Spanish, and so on and so forth. So well done if you got those 10. It's very, very pretty straightforward, but here we have. Right, we've got the Rugby Roach Club. They've still only dropped 1 point on 39 points. Well played them. Squeaky Pog now on 37. That's a good score. As is 34 by Sarah and the gang from Worcester. Great Whiter on 35. The Famous 5, they've dropped the first point tonight. They're on 39 points. Home Alone 6 crept into first place on 39 points. Well played them. Hilary Farndon on 30. David Ants on 35. Nick Bowers on 34. We've got Ridgeways now on 36. Mike Yates is on 26. Jill Pugh's on 35, as the Giffords are also on 35 points, as is Martin Davis on 35 points. Ian Miller's on 28. Split the difference, sneaking up on 37 points. Well played them. Leslie Barrett on 34. We've got Footy Fox 26. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals, they haven't dropped a point since that first round, on 37 points. Well played them. Miscounted last time, it's now 36. Well played, Julie. That's a great score. Chilly Willy, plus 8 equals 27. No, it doesn't, because you got that wrong. You must mean 37, but if your maths is that good, Chilly, I don't know what's going on there, but never mind, definitely wrong score. You might like to correct that. Mick Roberts is on 34. Michelle's on 37, well played them, as is Team UK USA, also on 37. Pinky and Perky, happy, 10 out of 10, woo-hoo-hoo, now on 32. We've got Harry, Julie in bed watching, and Brian Ian on 34 points. Well played there, Chilly Willy. I thought you'd correct that. 37 points. So well within striking distance. Anybody in the 37s has got a very good chance of winning tonight. We've only got 2 rounds to go. Top scores at the moment, we have 3 teams, I think, on 39 points. We have Home Alone 6, well played them. The Famous 5 on 39 points, and the Rugby Rotary Club on 39 points. So they're the teams to catch. They've all dropped 1 point at least now in the quiz tonight. I thought I was making it far too easy for the John's team, but never mind, he managed to drop a point. So throws it all back in the mix. Round number 5 is a trivia trail. Now, trivia trails, we take the last letter of your first answer. It's the first letter of your next answer, all the way until we get to number 10. The last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. You'll get the idea as we go down. Some late scores in. We've got, let's just have a look. What have we got? Oh, no. Oops, yes. Oh, and we've got Maz and Nigel on 28 points. Well played them. So great to see all those new teams joining us, and hope all is well with everybody. Right, here we go then. Where's it gone? It's disappeared off the screen. Right, here we go. Trivia trail. Question number 1. What fictional name connects both a friend of Top Cat and a character found at the Crossroads Motel? Squeaky Bob. Silly Billy, Chilly Willy. That's it. Yes, very good. Very good indeed. So what fictional name connects both a friend of Top Cat and a character found at the Crossroads Motel, if you can remember that? Just a one-word answer. Take the last letter of that character name, and it's the first letter of number 2, which may help you if you haven't already got it. Question number 2, a distance of 914.4 millimeters is equivalent to what imperial measurement of length? So a distance of 914.4 millimeters is equivalent to what imperial measurement of length? Pretty straightforward. That you've got a letter, so make it pi. I was going to say archaic unit of measurement, but it is still used quite a lot today, especially in the United Kingdom. Question number 3 is one for you to work out. Again, take the last letter of your previous answer. That's the first letter of this one, which makes it easy. So if the Roman numeral for 500 is added to the name of America's military cemetery in Washington, which English market town would you end up with? So if the Roman numeral for 500 is added to the name of America's military cemetery in Washington, which English market town would you end up with? It's a good question. Lydia, tell your mother any answers. What are you looking at? Actually, you've got all the chat going on yours, haven't you? Of course you have. Chilly Willy. Love you, Tracy. Love you too, Tracy. Silly Willy. Chilly. Silly Billy. Could rename Chilly Silly Billy. Silly Willy, yeah. Question number 4. Now take the last letter of that English market town. It's the first letter of this. The Côte d'Azur lies between Saint-Tropez and which other major French city? So the Côte d'Azur lies between Saint-Tropez and which other major French city? Becomes easy if you've got that market town, of course. As that was ridiculously easy. So take the last letter of that French city, and it's the first letter of this. Question number 5. What is a semi-hard cheese that originated in the Netherlands and is named after a town in the province of North Holland? It's a town I've never been to, but I'm sure as hell ought to go and try it because the cheese might be quite nice. So, what is a semi-hard cheese that originated in the Netherlands and is named after a town in the province of North Holland? Question number 6 is a two-word answer. Which famous author wrote the 1818 novel that was subtitled The Modern Prometheus? So question 6 again. Which famous author wrote the 1818 novel that was subtitled The Modern Prometheus? And remember to take the last letter of your previous answer. It's the first letter of that answer. Question number 7, dead easy this one, I'm sure. Who are an English progressive rock band who were formed in London in 1968 by singer John Anderson? So who are an English progressive rock band who were formed in London in 1968 by singer John Anderson? It was the first album I ever bought was by this band. Julie's just said it was that author's birthday today. Wow, I didn't see that. Was that one of the Google things that came up? I don't know. Or did you just know that? Well, it might have been. You know, Google comes up with things, isn't it? Oh, no. Alexa. Yeah, our Alexa burst into life this afternoon. The wife was telling my mother-in-law something. I don't know what she was telling them. And suddenly Alexa said, I don't know that. And it had been quiet for hours, you know, taking nothing. Hulkenberg is lovely at Christmas. Hold on. Yeah. Place to go. Right then. Take the last letter of that answer, and it's the first letter of your next one. This was a bit tricky. Yeah, the letters help you some. James Dunn holds the all-time record for consecutive goals scored at the elite level of English football. But at which English club did he achieve that record? It does go back a few years, I have to say, but James Dunn holds the all-time record for consecutive goals scored at the elite level of English football. But at which English club did he achieve that record? It's a two-word answer to help you, and it starts with the letter that I gave you from the previous answer, if you've got that. So you might be able to fill in the gap, especially with question number 9, which I'm sure you should all get. So two-word football club. Question number 9. Created in 1812 by German geologist and mineralogist Friedrich Mohs, what mineral is the hardest according to his scale? So created in 1812 by German geologist and mineralogist Friedrich Mohs, what mineral is the hardest according to his scale? Remember that first letter of that answer is the last letter of your previous answer, which may help you somewhat. And finally, question number 10. What three-letter word can be an edible fish, a type of broadcasting, or a simple type of dance move? So question 10 again. What three-letter word can be an edible flatfish, a type of broadcasting, or a simple type of dance move? And do remember the name of that edible flatfish. The last letter of that will take you back to the first letter of number 1. The first letter of number 1. So it goes all the way around. So all the first letter, last letter, all the way through. When you get to number 10, the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1, which makes it pretty straightforward. So let's see how many of you can manage to get all of those right. The only terribly tricky one there was possibly the football club, but you should have had a good guess at how to work that one out at least. Right, does anybody need any more time? Just let me know quickly in the chat, otherwise we'll go straight on to marking that round. How's everybody faring still during the lockdown? Everybody I trust everybody's been out at least a bit now, or beginning to get out of it. Graham's just asking for a bit more time, so that's no problem. We've been stretching our legs a little. We went to Derbyshire last week. We're hopefully planning a trip down south in a week or two's time. We'll see. We've been up to York. That was exciting. We've been to Chipping Norton. That was good. Went to Chipping Norton on our bike. There and back to see how far it was. Hottest day of the year that day, of course. It was, yeah. It seemed ages ago, that did. It was only a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So is anybody going anywhere? Well, obviously one or two of you are taking part in the quiz from great places, such as farms in the middle of nowhere in Derbyshire. Anybody else on holiday at the moment partaking in the quiz, or whatever else. How is? I was just wondering how you're getting on in Canada. That'd be interesting, and how you're getting on in California with COVID and how it's affecting life there. I mean, we've been on this kind of pretty strict lockdown really for a while, and things are easing up and getting better, but people are very reluctant to go out. I'd be quite interested to know how you're getting on in California and how you're getting on in Canada with this virus going around at the moment. Just back from a week in Jersey. Oh, I loved it. We went to, the wife and I, when we were first married, we went to Guernsey, and that was beautiful. We loved that. So, yeah, I can imagine Jersey's equally as good. We must go back, yeah. We must go. It was great fun. We hadn't got any money when we went there. Couldn't afford to go to any of the restaurants, but never mind. It was a long time ago. Right, then, let's go through the trivia trial. Are we ready, everybody? Graham, I think we've probably had just enough time. So here we go. The fictional name that connects both our friend of Top Cat and our character found at the Crossroads Motel. That was Benny, of course. Benny. I gave you the Y for the yard. That measure of distance. That in turn gave you the D for Darlington. Darlington. Well done if you've got Darlington. D, of course, being the Roman numeral for 500, followed by the American military cemetery. Arlington gives you Darlington. That in turn gave you the N for that French city of Nice. Going to Bridlington in 2 weeks. Weeks, says Chilly Willy. Silly Billy Chilly Willy. He's going to Bridlington. Fantastic. Bridlington's lovely. Question number 5, starting with the letter E. That semi-hard cheese, of course, was Edam. That gave you the M for that famous author, apparently whose birthday it was today, was Mary Shelley. That in turn gave you the Y for that progressive rock band, the Yes. That gave you in turn the S for that football team, Sheffield United. Sheffield United. Well done if you got that. That wasn't the easiest one in the toolkit, but you might have worked that out from the letters. That gave you the D for diamond, of course. And finally, that gave you another D for that edible flatfish, the DAB, D-A-B. So well done if you got that. So we've got Ian Miller saying he's going to Lapland in November with the kids. That sounds fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Be a bit cold up there, but never mind. How long are you going for, Ian? That'd be quite interesting. Right, we have the Rugby Road Scrub. Oh, they've dropped another point. 48 points. That's some great going at the moment. Great White on 45 points. Got Mike Yates on 36. Hillary Farnham's on 39. We've got Sarah and the gang now on 44 points. Well played. The Ridgeway's on 46 points. We've got Graham Griffin on 45. Home Alone, 49 points. Well played, Home Alone. We've got Nick Bowers on 43. We've got Chilly Willy and Joe on 47 points. Martin Davis is on 45. Julie Ashcroft now on 46. We've got Squinchy Bob on 47. Joe Pughes on 45. Michelle Gibbons on 47. Leslie Barrett's on 44. The famous 49 points. Well played then. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on 47 points. We've got Andrew Lewis on 43. Brian and Ian and Julian Bed on 43 points. Split the difference now on 47 points. 4 days, says Ian. Up in Lapland. That sounds great fun. You might be able to see the Northern Lights as well. It's something I've never seen. Team UK USA on a fabulous 47 points. Well played them. Record week so far. Ian Miller's on 37. Blimey, full marks again. 42. I must be making the quiz too easy, mustn't I? 42 points. Well played them. Mick Roberts on 44, Dave Anderson on 45, Ian Miller normally around minus 25. Sorry, I'm not reading numbers. Minus 25, dear God. Yes, that's a Lapland, thank you. Glad I'm not going there. No. Ian, it's easy to see where the brains are in your team. So we need Julie, right, fantastic. Yeah, I get it. All right, there's some banter going on there. Right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams on a fantastic 47 points. We have one team on 48 points. That's the Rugby Rotary Club, joint winners last week. But on 49 points, out in the lead, we have 2 teams, the famous 5, and Carol Jackson's Home Alone 6, both on fantastic 49 points. Well played them. So, of course, we come to the last round, which you're both going to say, messed it up. We've messed it up now, but never mind. 10 general knowledge questions. Let's see how we fare with this last round. It's all very, very close, so things could change as they did the other week. There were a number of teams dropped a couple of points in the last round, so it's all up for grabs as we go into the last round. General trivia. Question number 1. Are we ready? In which rock group is Frank Beard normally the only one of its 3 members not to have a beard? So question number 1, in which rock group is Frank Beard normally the only one of its 3 members not to have a beard? Come on. Sure you've all have heard of this lot. The only ones that have beards really, I suppose, but never mind. No, maybe that's not right. No, I mean on pop groups, you know. No, you don't think so? Rag and Bone Man, yeah, he's got a beard. Anybody else want to? Sorry. Anybody want to chip in with people that have got beards? Carol, thumbs up for that one. Good. Right, here we go then. Question number 2. In which programme did Rowan Atkinson play Gerald, a gorilla who was not just wild but absolutely livid? So question number 2, in which programme did Rowan Atkinson play Gerald, a gorilla who was not just wild but absolutely livid? That was a very, very funny sketch. One you all need to watch on YouTube if you've never seen it. Gerald the Gorilla. That didn't either. That was a brilliant sketch, I have to say, Julie. Question number 3, and I'm sure you'll all get this one. According to an advertising slogan that ran for over 30 years, what beer refreshes the parts other beers cannot reach? Cheers. So according to an advertising slogan that ran for over 30 years, what beer refreshes the parts other beers cannot reach? Question number 4 helps if you've lived in London, which I did. Still wouldn't have helped me, but never mind. Well, I could have had a guess. Question number 4. Which of the following stations isn't in Zone 1 on the London Underground? I'll give you the choice. Is it Queen's Park, Regent's Park, or St James Park? So which of the following stations isn't in Zone 1 on the London Underground? Now, no going for your underground maps and your what's-its. I'll give you the choice. Is it Queen's Park, Regent's Park, or St James Park? I suppose it helps if you know where they are. Leads the next question. We don't need it in England on the end of it, or not. We've already said English. Just cross out in England. Can I have half a point for Park? Well, possibly. Question number 5. We haven't had any half points tonight, have we? Question number 5. In which English city would you find the headquarters of the national governing body for the sport of croquet? So in which English city would you find the headquarters of the national governing body for the sport of croquet? A little bit tricky, that one. This is just for you, Ian. Possible half point here. I will give half a point for this one. Question number 6. Name the 2 creatures that are shown holding up a shield on the front cover of a British passport. I will give you half point for each, just see whether we can split anybody with that one. So name the 2 creatures that are shown holding up a shield on the front cover of a British passport. Right. Question number 7. The first football stadium to have hosted 2 FIFA World Cup finals. In which country would you find the Estadio Azteca? So the first football stadium to have hosted 2 FIFA World Cup finals. In which country would you find the Estadio Azteca? Skatingly? Subscribe me. Are you going to press the button? Question number 8 for all you people that have been in the printing industry. What paper size has an area of 1 square metre? I'll give you the choice. Is it A0, A1 or A2? So question 8 again. What paper size has an area of 1 square metre? I'll give you the choice. Is it A0, A1 or A2? What's that? She sings to herself a lot, doesn't she? I noticed that. She hums. Yeah, she does a little bit of that. Question number 9, dead easy one this. Used to ask for a response from an invited person, the abbreviation RSVP is short for a phrase from which language? So question number 9, used to ask for a response from an invited person, the abbreviation RSVP is short from a phrase from which language? I think it's Lydia that's humming. And question number 10, finally, which of the following acts hasn't had a UK #1 hit single? Listen carefully. I'll give you the choice. Is it the Walker Brothers, the Isley Brothers, or the Chemical Brothers? So finally, which of the following acts hasn't had a UK #1 hit single? I'll give you the choice. Is it the Walker Brothers, the Isley Brothers, or the Chemical Brothers? There's a tricky one. Got to know your brothers, I suppose. I've only got 4. And there we have it. There's your 10 general knowledge questions. Now then, this is going to be very interesting to see how we are faring. Because, of course, we had the famous 5 on a fantastic 49 points, as we had Home Loan 6 also on 49 points, with the Rugby Road Club sneakingly on 48 points. And then we had at least 4 teams on 47 points. So you need not drop a point in this round, or possibly not drop a point, but there's some tricky ones there to slip you up with. So without further ado, I think we can probably go along with marking, because it's not the kind of thing you need to work out any of those. You either know them or you don't, I suppose. So without further ado, I will give you the answers to the previous 10 questions. Here we go then. The group, Frank Beard, normally is the only one of the 3 members not to have a beard. Of course, it's ZZ Top. Well done if you got that. Number 2, the programme that Rowan Atkinson played Gerald the Gorilla was called Not the 9 O'Clock News, Not the 9 O'Clock News. Number 3, according to the advertising slogan, what beer refreshes parts other beers cannot reach? That was Heineken, of course. Number 4, this was tricky. Which of the following stations isn't in Zone 1 on the London Underground? I gave you the choice. Was it Queen's Park, Regent's Park, or St James's Park? It's Queen's Park. It's Queen's Park. Well done if you've got that, because you've probably been to Queen's Park Rangers football ground or something like that, which is definitely not in Zone 1. Question number 5, in which English city would you find the headquarters of the national governing body for the sport of croquet? Now that is tricky. It is in Cheltenham. Well done if you got Cheltenham. Number 6, the 2 creatures that are shown holding the shield on the front cover of a British passport are a lion and a unicorn. Half a point for each. The first football stadium to have hosted 2 FIFA World Cup finals was in Mexico, of course, the Estadio Azteca. Number 8, what paper size has an area of 1 square metre? That's A0, of course, A0. Number 9, the silver play, RSVP, Responde s'il vous plaît, comes from French, of course. Responde. Is it Responde s'il vous plaît? I'm not very good at French. It's French anyway. And finally, number 10, the only one of those not to have a number 1 hit single was the Isley Brothers. The Isley Brothers. So well done if you got that. Right then, that's the end of tonight's quiz. So let's see how you fared. Is it another week of if only we'd have just got that last one in that last round, or are the 2 teams at the top going to stay at the top and prove us all wrong? So let's have some scores in. Let's see how we've all fared. We have Great White with 53. We've got Squeaky Pod with 56. The Rugby Rotary Club with 56. We've got Leslie Barrett 52. Sarah's on 53. Ian Miller's on 45. Mike Yates is on 44. Graham Gifford and Jane end up on 52. We've got Julie Aftroff on 54. Hilary Findings on 46. Nick Bowers on 50. Angie Ridgway. The Ridgways on 53. That's another good job. Hilary Job. They're not. No, they're not. All right. Pingy and Perky on 52. Martin Davis on 54. Michelle 55. The famous 5 on 56 points. Quizzy Rascals 57 points. Harry Cage come back, Julie. We've got Gillian Pugh on 53 points. Mick Roberts on 51 points. Home Alone on 56 points. And Great White Split the Difference on 57 points. So we've got, wait a minute, we've got a record for Lisa Lasky on 56 points. Well played them. Lisa, who else have we got? Wait a minute, we've got Split the Difference and the Quizzy Rascals. And I thought that might just sort them out that route. Quizzy Rascals. Quizzies. We've got Brian and Jenny. Oh, Chilly Willy on 56. Oh, this has been close tonight. Sorry. There's so many people on similar scores. Yeah, well, some people have done badly and done well on the last round. So we'll see how they're done. Right, let's just run through the scores. Thanks, everybody, for taking part tonight. We've had 60-odd teams taking part tonight, or to 67, actually, at one stage. So it's been a good competition tonight. So, in no particular order, on 56 points, we've got Squeaky Pod. Well played them. We've got the Rugby Rotary Club also on 56 points. Well played them. We've got the Famous 5 also on 56 points. Well played them. We've got Home Alone 6 on 56 points. Well played them. We've got Lisa Laskin, Team USA. It's a record for them. 56 points. Well played them. We've also got Chilly Willy and Joe also on 56 points. So there's a lot of teams tonight done very well on 56 points. But obviously a very good round for the 2 teams in the end. Split the Difference on 57. And also the Quizzy Rascals on 57 points. And they dropped their 3 points in the first round tonight. So they've had 5 clear rounds after that. So very well played to the Quizzy Rascals. So thanks, everybody, for taking part tonight. It's been a very, very close competition tonight. There's some great honours in there. So do feel aggrieved if you've lost by 1 point, as I would, but never mind. It's just as well there's not money involved, or otherwise we might be fighting. Right. And nobody got half a point. So I presume all of you must have got the unicorn and the lion in that last round. So thanks for everybody for turning up and taking part in tonight's quiz. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday. Those that come and join us on Wednesday, we normally have about 50 teams on a Wednesday night. And if not, come and join us next Sunday night for some bit more knowledge to keep us all going, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you'll have learnt some questions over the last, or some answers over the last 20 weeks that we've been doing it, because we're now on quiz 44. So we must have been doing this quiz 22 weeks since lockdown started or something like that. So thanks everybody anyway for taking part tonight, and do feel free if anybody wants any particular rounds or questions on any subject, do feel free to put it in the chat before I go, and we'll go from there. And thank you very much. Either that, or just send me an email or a text or whatever else, and we can see how we fare. So thanks everybody, and especially everybody that's thanked us. And we will see you all next week sometime. So have a good weekend, and have a very good bank holiday weekend. I hope you all enjoy yourselves, and we'll see what the weather does tomorrow. But hopefully by the end of next week, I think the weather's supposed to be picking up again, but we'll see. So good night all, and we will see you again another week. Thank you very much.